Well. Welcome back to the Wrestling Heat, where I serve up some of that sweet and delicious wrestling news just for you. So some of that sweet and delicious news that I got for you contains WWE no longer touring Japan and a little bit more. So stay tuned right after this too sweet intro. And alright, wrestling fam, the very first piece of wrestling news that I have for y'all tonight is a bit of a weird one, and I'm not even sure if it's 100% true or what they're even really talking about. It just says that WWE cut staff and creative crew in half. And I'm not sure if they're talking about, money or, the actual creative and, the productive crew that gets all this stuff going, all the beautiful lights and stuff like that. And if they're cutting money too, that is BS WWE if this report is true. If you're cutting the money or if you're cutting more people out, the only thing that you're doing is creating more stress on your workers and a stressful work environment. And for what I've been hearing, it is very, very rough to be working in the WWE right now. But yeah, supposedly, ladies and gentlemen, they have cut the staff and creative in half. I'm not really sure if they're talking about the money or the actual staff itself, or if it's talking about both. And if it's talking about both, that is some BS WWE. And alright, this next piece of wrestling news has to deal with New Japan and WWE. It looks like, for a good while there, we had some talks going on with New Japan. We had Triple H trying to get an NXT thing going on over there. And as it goes right now, WWE is no longer touring in Japan, disbanding the division. I do believe they did have a little thing going there for a little bit with some wrestlers, but yeah, it looks like the whole stuff with New Japan is on a hold. It's not happening right now. Who knows, maybe somewhere down the future, down the line, we might get some works going after the world gets back, to somewhat normal because of, COVID and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're looking for a WWE NXT in Japan right now, as of at this point, it's not going to happen. But like I said, who knows, maybe somewhere down the line we might actually get an NXT Japan, which would be pretty freaking awesome, by the way. But yeah, that pretty much sucks. New Japan and WWE no longer in talks, but who knows, maybe somewhere down the line we can get something going again, but as of right now. And alright, this next piece of wrestling news is an odd one. It's saying that WWE has cut catering out of, backstage where the wrestlers used to be able to get some food and stuff like that. And it's saying that they are no longer doing that due to budget cuts. But I think this might be also a fake report. But I have seen other people, put this out. So, I'm just reporting on what other sources have put out there. And WWE, if you are cutting catering for your wrestlers, that is just crazy with how much money y'all have made over this past almost 2 years now. Like, this past year has been your best year yet of income. I guarantee you've probably made over $1 billion by now, but yet you are cutting catering, you're letting wrestlers go, and if you're getting rid of catering, that is just crazy. I guess your wrestlers just have to bring a lunchbox and stuff like that, right? That is just crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all think this is actually a real report on WWE cutting catering backstage for the wrestlers to eat and stuff like that? I mean, they could call Uber and stuff like that and get food that way, but things are just getting a little weird in the WWE. And alright, wrestling fam, this next piece of wrestling news that I have for you is a bit of a weird one to talk about just because of the last name that the person's related to. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Looks like David Benoit, the son of Chris Benoit, has entered pro wrestling in training. So, it looks like Chris Benoit's son, David Benoit, has finally entered into the wrestling business. And to be completely honest, I'm actually pretty excited for him. I want to see how it works out. I want to see how good he is, and if he's going to be any good in the ring. So if you are interested in David Benoit, he has entered in pro wrestling. He has been training. I'm not sure how long he's been training for, but he's in wrestling now. How do you feel about it? Let me know down below in chat. And alright, wrestling fam, this is the very last piece of wrestling news that I have for you, and it's pretty sad, and it's a pretty serious topic. Just a couple nights ago, they found Shannon Spirule, aka the Scream Queen, aka Daphne. She worked over in WCW for a little while, she worked over in Impact Wrestling for a little while, and she ended up getting concussed from all the chair shots that she took over in TNA or Impact Wrestling because they're complete idiots. But she ended up having some kind of thing that happened with her brain, and just a few nights ago she was found deceased in her house. And if you know anybody going through a hard time, whether it be a family member, a friend, or just a random person on the street that looks like they're down and out, don't be scared, to talk to that person or family member. Or if you are feeling, down and out and feeling like, life isn't worth living, just please talk to somebody. To reach out to, others. There's others out there going through not the same stuff, but pretty much almost the same stuff, if that even makes any kind of sense, because I went through it myself. I tried, to end my life, and luckily I am still here today. And just some people just aren't that lucky to have, people to back them up in their hard times. So with that being said, before I start getting emotional, this is the end of the video. I'll have a 1-800 number up for y'all. I love y'all very much. Reach out and be kind, and I'll see y'all in a couple of days.
Fourth pack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys of wrestling. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the ring.